What's your girl's name?
Ade.
The other one's home.
Amber. Oh, the one over there?
No, you're two girls.
My two girls? I don't have two girls. I'm Jennifer. Jennifer. Kenny.
Okay, which one's Kenny?
The 5-year-old.
Oh, okay, what's her name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay, that's Jennifer.
Well, she's nice.
She was recent dying just close. I wish you'd had some peanuts or hay things.
She does too.
Yeah.
Mom, when did we get in the valley? Mom, that's Chippendale.
Well, we're not going to buy it.
Okay, are you filming the cross?
No, this is the original chapel.
Come here!
But the
Come here, come here!
identical to the same way it was.
Come here! Come here! Come here, Grandma! Oh, okay. Well, we were reading the grave.
You know how many dead people's buried in here? All of them. All of them.
How many dollars? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's alive. They're all dead that's in here.
It's Mary. Take a picture. Jerry.
Okay,
It's Mary's grave. It is?
no, the history of this. When we get back to the van, I'll tell you about this, okay? A lot of people think it's Mary and Christ. It isn't.
Who is it?
That's dead.
Is that Mary and Jesus?
It's supposed to be the Madonna and Child, but again, part of it stands. See, the wall's made of oyster shell, not ground up. It's oyster shell and water to stand on.
We will.
And we did have Father Lopez out of Multiple. It's out of Multiple. It's buried. Okay.
I don't know.
No, you wouldn't have to.
We're going to swim after we tour, though.
There is a drawbridge opening, Mom.
Is this an ocean or can be?
There's a drawbridge open, Mom.
Oh, look, you guys, there's a drawbridge open. All right. Hey, don't go. Where's the drawbridge open?
Now, they open up on the hour and on the half hour for boat traffic.
Wait a second now. That bridge goes down to get by.
It's got a mast on it high enough. The mast would have to be open for it to come through. All sailboats
And
coming
how can it tell going by now?
They know how high their mast is. And so they'll call on the radio. All of them have ship-to-shore radio. And they'll open the drawbridge for us.
Well, what if the cars are going that way and now?
Well, they signal those traffic lights. See where the cars are stopped? Well, there's a traffic light there. Stop. See their man walking there? He got out of his car to get up front. See, the cars are stopped on either side. There was a man, what was that, a porpoise out there? Just a second.
Just come over there.
There it is. See it? See it? See the porpoise right out here?
What is it?
It's a porpoise.
What's the porpoise?
See it? Right there.
There, look. Oh, pretty, I saw it.
Yeah, it's a porpoise, yeah. It's a great big porpoise.
I didn't see that before.
Angela? What? Yeah, in a minute. No, it's a lot of people think they're a shark, but a shark,
Right here.
the fin stays up out of the water, and they swim with the fin out of the water. The porpoise, no, it's feet.
Yeah, I got that time.
Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. You see that boat? That one boat?
There's two of them. Is there a third one out there?
Yeah, on out there by the white, on the white sailboat.
Now I got that one that just come up in.
Must be two of them there.
That was two of them right there.
But what is it?
A porpoise.
There it is again. Where? What was that?
Fish.
Look. What is that thing? Feel
Boats come
that.
through.
And
Now
look,
the drawbridge is closed.
Oh, look at it going down. Look at the bridge.
Some trash.
Oh, we got to go in that before.
We'll walk around the outside of it if y'all want to.
We can't go in?
Go that way.
They grow on the rock?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know so grew. What are those things? I saw a purse. That's just the water.
It is. Sometimes we'll see great big old stingrays swimming in here. Not that big of a
What is stingray? Dirt.
Wherever it takes those journeys, they're all sorts of ones.
I saw one. Oh, look at the top of my head.
No, the flamingo is
Well, also, picking her up. No, thinking she doesn't want her.
That's the Indian. That's the
I'm gonna come up real close on some of those holes. Yeah.
Dad, look at those fireman things.
The cannon's up on top.
Yeah. So those guys in the boat could see them, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could see them, but they couldn't hit them. Did they get enough of the sea, huh?
I'll show you.
Well,
You want to see the Pope?
out the window? Wait, just a minute. Hey, somebody kids up here. Jennifer, let's go upstairs. Hi, Dad. Here they come off. This is fun.
Yes, let him.
Don't run, Lee. Please don't run. Don't climb, Lee. She's about to be grandmother, but I'm scared to jump. Where is it? I don't like the idea. Now, John Paul, when I come down, I want you to turn your head because I regret something. You just want to touch the water, okay? That's very nice. I want that. Oh, you're taking
He wants something added to the tree.
Do you see the fern up over there like that?
I would love to climb this tree. Would anybody mind if I climbed
No.
the tree?
Yeah, the forest ranger.
Very good point. That's a good point. Very
Now
well
just
taken.
look at this. Look how the fern is dead up there and how it's alive right there.
Okay.
Higher lengths of time, they're still pretty much the same fellas. Now, this is the part of the show I usually give you a rundown on how baby alligators are born. We'll do that in just a second. I've been trying to do something a little bit different lately, though. It's an alligator territoriality. Alligators are extremely territorial animals. Now, If you look in this pool right here, there's a whole bunch of alligators hanging out. If you look in this pool, there's one alligator. That is the head honcho of this pen. He staked this out as his turf. So tell you what I'm going to try to do. This may work, it may not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chase one of these guys in here, and we'll see if we can get a territorial response from this guy. Now, like I said, I've only tried this a couple of times. It worked one time, so we'll see what goes down. Come on, let's look at everybody. He knows.
He doesn't like that pool because that other one is a new one.
And this alligator doesn't want it in there.
Oh, now, come on.
Watch him get back out.
One day he sort of waggled his tail and jumped out at the guy.
That other alligator.
All right, well, something may happen in just a minute. We'll get going here. All right, baby alligators. Alligators mate in the conventional way in the spring, mid-April to mid-May, after which time the mother gator begins to build her nest. Now, what she'll do, she gathers vegetation into a large mound. It looks like a compost pile. It's made out of dirt and sticks and leaves. Now, to the center of this nest, she will deposit a clutch of eggs, anywhere from 20 to possibly 60 eggs that look like this. An alligator egg. There we go. There's an alligator egg. Now, it's a bit oblong in shape. This particular egg isn't fertile. It should be about 3.5 to 4 inches long. Now, these eggs will incubate inside the nest, and around mid-September, the babies start to hatch out. Now, you have to remember, these little guys are buried down inside this nest, so they make a grunting sound. The mother gator hears this. She comes running and uses her nose and her feet, and she'll dig the babies out of the nest. And the babies look like eyes down here. Come here, Ivy. Showtime. I see a little fella there. Come on, everybody. All together. 1, 2, 3. Oh, pretty good. Hey, that's Eyes. One I'm going to wrestle today, right? Okay, do you see he's just a little tiny squirt. He's about 10 months old. Gatorade. Thank you very much. Anyway, now if you're a baby alligator, you have got one big problem. Everybody in the world wants to eat you. You name it, it's going to eat a baby alligator. Many types of fish, largemouth bass, love baby gators, garfish, turtles, bullfrogs like baby alligators, a variety of birds, ospreys, owls, hawks, herons, eagles, egrets, possums, raccoons, skunks, bears, even other alligators eat baby alligators. So mother gator sticks around for about a year after hatching and protects you from any of this predation, after which time you head out into the swamp by yourself and you make it the best that you can, and say 6 to 10 years later, you'll look like somebody we're about to drag up here. Now, we'll let everybody get a good close look at this fella after the show. When you turn around, I got stuff over there. Stop it. Hello. Hi. You got caught. Sure did. It's real. Nobody told me about this. All right, this is our volunteer for today. Cleaned off, and we'll see dirty alligator. All right, we'll start at the tip of this little guy's snout, work our way back, and see what we can learn about alligators. Now, located right on the tip of the snout there are his nostrils. Now, these are very soft, fleshy. They work a bit like a small valve. Now, what the alligator will do, he'll cruise along to the water with just the tip of his snout and his eyes out of the water. He'll take in a breath of air, smell the air around him. Now, if he smells any kind of danger, something like, say, a motorboat or an airboat, people mainly, alligators are just terrified of people, or a bigger alligator, will close these up like a little valve and submerge. Now, I can only take a guess at it. A little guy this size, he could spend in water as long as 40, 45 minutes without a breath there. If you had to, now, that is the maximum. They don't go around doing that all the time. Now, behind his nostrils, of course, are his eyes. Now, they're located up on top of the skull. At first glance, that might appear to be a bad location. Some on a stick or some kind of debris as he's out cruising in the forest in the water. That is not the case, though. If you watch closely, alligators have the ability to pull their eyes down inside their skulls for protection. Now, watch his eyes real closely. Okay, you want to do this? There you go. And that again. Got a retractable headlight. Like a little Corvette. He doesn't like my jokes either, don't worry. All right, alligators have ears. His ears are located right behind his eyes. Now, they're protected by a very, very thick flap of movable skin. We call fellows up from as deep as, say, 10 and 12 feet out.
You guys working hard with the pictures up there. We're going to take them. Let's go.
What? Oh, territoriality, it finally worked. All right. Okay. We have seen what's happening. Why did you have to do that when I couldn't see?
That means.
All right. We've seen what's happening on the outside of this little guy. I'm going to go ahead and open these jaws of this kid real quick. We'll take a close look at what is actually going on inside this mouth. Don't let us do this. Thank you. Thank you, please. Okay, good work. There we go. All right, that is the working gear of the American alligator. Now, that's a lot of teeth. Those are very sharp. Now, alligators always have a full set of teeth. You should lose a tooth for some reason. Let's say if once you get knocked out or they do shed their teeth periodically throughout their lives, a new tooth will push through and replace the old one almost immediately, so they've always got a full set of about 80 teeth. Now, if you look right in the back of this little guy's throat, there's a little flap of skin. It's called the epiglottis. Now, what it does, it allows the alligator to move out through the water with his mouth open while he's chasing his prey. He won't drown himself. He won't fill up with water and sink. Now, alligators have a tongue. Got a big old tongue here. It's not quite like yours and mine. It's attached to the bottom of the jaws. You can't stick his tongue out at you, but they do have a very well-developed teeth. Surprisingly enough, one more thing, alligators also have taste buds located on the sides of the mouth. Now, I noticed a fella down here is getting awfully tired of me, sitting on his back, beating on his nose. Easiest thing we could do is let him hop in the back with his buddies and wonder why we did this to him today. We don't do things quite the easy way down here, though. I'm going to see if we can get this fella over to his back now, and we'll get him to take a little nap. Everybody has hers. You take an alligator, turn him on his back, and rub his tummy, he'll go to sleep. Give me a guy who'll take a nap. I know what you want to do. One more time. Oh, come here. Get the camera ready, Mom. There we go. Get ready, great. Look at that way. Pick it up today. Not one more row. That's none of that. Let's go. You got to work on that, buddy. Try doing that with a hangover. Morning shows are always more interesting around here. Ready to go on your back? Yeah. 1, 2, bellies all over. Come on, brother. Let's go. You know I can do that. Go to sleep. You're not going to sleep. Go to sleep. Please go to sleep, America. Please. Go to sleep. Please go to sleep. I like to get an alligator with insomnia. Great. Put it down. Put it down. Going to sleep. All right. That's what we got to do. Now, if you are back walking in the swamp today, you see an animal in this position, he's probably not trying to get a suntan. He's probably dead is what he is. This is an unnatural position for an alligator. You will not see one like this in the wild. Now, we can leave him down here. He is going to wake up by himself in just a few moments, but it's really not too good for them. This has to do with pressure being exerted on the brain. He is not asleep in the conventional sense of the word. He is more or less knocked out. By the way, rubbing the tummy has absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, like I said, we can leave him down here. He is going to wake up by himself, but it's not too good for him. I certainly don't want to hurt him. So real quick, we'll show you the nicest way we found to wake up the alligators. Are you ready to wake up?
Okay.
You'll hit me with that tail, aren't you?
Great.
Hey, go, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, good enough. That's enough of these silly little guys now. We're going to quit messing around with them. We're going to go wake up old Snapping Sam. Sam is a big old 1,000-pound alligator. That's at the small theater right through there. I'll see y'all there in a few minutes. Okay? 12 feet 3 1/4 long. He weighs just over 1,000 pounds. Now, we estimate Samuel's age to be somewhere in his mid-60s. He's 64, 65, somewhere in there. Alligators, like I mentioned before, have a lifespan just about like people, anywhere from 60 to 90, possibly 100. They have been known to get that old. Now, an animal this size in the wild is going to have a varied diet. He'll eat everything from birds to turtles and snakes and fish. An animal the size of Sam on occasion has been known to take down something as large as a cow or a deer. It has happened before. Now, what we shall attempt to demonstrate on this lovely afternoon is that the bottom jaw of the alligator does all the work. His top jaw is merely an extension of his skull. It's exactly the same on a crocodile, regardless of the Tarzan movies. The bottom jaw is on the hinge, the top jaw is stationary. Now, we're going to try to get old Sam to come up and open his big mouth for us. He's going to grab a little bit. I'll run my hand through his mouth real quick, let him try to take a bite at it. Hopefully he will miss. Slam down shut and demonstrate just how much power actually are his jaws. Now, if he works good for us today, he could come down with as much as 5,000 pounds per square inch when he slams his jaws shut. Now, I must emphasize, this is a very quick show. You blink your eyes, you are going to miss it. You're going to have to come back and see it at 2 o'clock because I do not do this twice. Now, we'll give you a ready, set, go. You watch his jaws, we're going to pop him. That is going to be it. The process takes about an 8 seconds. Now, we have got a problem today. Mr. Sam is turned around the wrong way in his pool. He's supposed to be facing this way so if I can see him real good. He's not. There is absolutely nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to get a position that is safest for me to do this. Some of y'all can't see too good. I'm sorry. Sam, he just loves to eat little girls that are sitting on the wrong side of my fence, too. Why don't you hop over there, okay? Thanks. I have been over the wall of these feet. Hey, Sam. How you doing? Get in there with my thing. Don't let me get in there with my thing. Come get me. You want it? I'll get your pictures.
We're going to stand up and watch everybody's view back there.
What makes the kids happy, Mom? That's what counts.
You don't see that side of No, I'm out of quarters now. Where's this boy over here?
Feed the baby.
Got your head cracked?
Feed the... Oh, that's a good one.
More than that.
No, you just feed it one piece at a time. One piece at a time.
Barbara, you're blocking the view of the video camera.
Yeah, we're not getting a very good view of you.
Beautiful braids. Barbara, get out of the way.